Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of Salt of the Earth, a program by Media Commission of the Catholic Syro-Malabar Eparchy of Great Britain. Today we are going to bring you another saint of the Catholic Church. As you all know, the structure of this program is like this. We will be presenting the life of a saint in the Catholic Church, and there will be 5 questions asked which you need to send in the answers to us. In the last few weeks, we are getting tremendous response from a lot of people, and you have been sending the correct answers. But unfortunately, the first respondent with all the correct answers get the prize. And as we announced earlier, if you have sent correct answers consecutively for the first 10 episodes, you can claim to be included into a lot where, if you're lucky, you will get a prize. The last week's questions and answers were: I know you are waiting to know who the winner was for last week.
Good evening, my name is Abby Johnson and I am from the St Mary's Mission, Hamilton. The Salt of the Earth programme enlightens me about the lives of saints. Furthermore, this show enables me to explore and identify the excruciating sufferings that a saint goes through during their lives. Moreover, I encourage more people to participate in this programme to get a better understanding of saints. Finally, I would like to also thank the Media Commission team for organising this educational presentation. Thank you.
You know the format to send in the correct answers. The format is now showing on the screen, as you can see. Answer number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your name and the name of your mission. And the number to send the correct answer via WhatsApp is also showing here on the screen. Now it is time for us to listen to the life of a Catholic saint.
Welcome to the brand new episode of Salt of the Earth. Today we're talking about Maxmillian Kolbe. Saint Maxmillian Kolbe was a priest and religious founder martyred by the Nazis for aiding Jewish refugees during World War II. He was born on 8th January 1894 in the Kingdom of Poland, which was then part of the Russian Empire. His father was an ethnic German and his mother was Polish. His parents were relatively poor, and in 1914 his father was captured by the Russians and hanged for his being part of fight towards the independent Poland. In 1906, young Kolbe had a vision of the Virgin Mary in which she offered him a white crown and red crown and asked him which would he accept. Understanding the white represents a life of purity and red to represent martyrdom, he said he would accept them both. The vision deeply affected him, and following years he and his elder brother joined the seminary. This seminary was in Austria-Hungary, and it meant illegally crossing the border to go there for their studies. In 1912 he went to Rome, where he studied theology and philosophy. Later in 1918 he was ordained a priest. Returning to Poland, and later in 1927 he founded the city of Mary Immaculate, a religious center that eventually attracted some 700 friars and workers. He was an inspiration at his time. Next, he founded a monastery on the outskirts of Nagasaki in Japan. Although its location on the side of the mountain was strange at the time, its position actually helped it to survive the later atomic bomb dropped on Nagasaki. He also entered into dialogue with local Buddhist priests, and some of them became his friends. A devotee of Virgin Mary, he also founded institutions in India. However, increasingly ill, he then returned to Poland in 1936. Kolbe was an active priest and particularly keen to work for the conversion of the sinners and enemies of the Catholic Church. In 1938, his center started its own radio station. He was arrested in 1939 for his anti-Nazism but was later released. He and the remaining brothers used the center to shelter an estimate 2,000 to 3,000 Polish refugees, the majority of whom were Jewish, and continued to publish anti-Nazi publications. He was again arrested in February 1941 on charges of aiding Jews and the Polish underground. He was imprisoned at Warsaw and then shipped to Auschwitz. There he continued his priestly ministry, including hearing confessions and holding mass with smuggled bread, for which he was subjected to beating by guards. Witnesses say Kolbe accepted his mistreatment and blows with surprising calm. Following prisoner's escape, 10 men were randomly selected to die as punishment, and Kolbe volunteered his life in the place of a man who was married with young children. Kolbe's exact words have not been forgotten, but one of the eyewitnesses mentioned that, "I am a Catholic priest from Poland and I would like to take his place because he has a wife and children." That's what he said. It was the first and the last time such an incident happened in the whole history of Auschwitz. Kolbe and the other 9 prisoners were starved for weeks until he was devastated. A few others were killed during the time, and Kolbe would lead the men in prayer, singing hymns to Mary. Because the guards wanted the cells emptied, the remaining survivors were finally injected with carbolic acid and cremated. The deed and courage of Maxmillian Kolbe spread around the Auschwitz prisoners, offering a rare glimpse of light and human dignity in the face of extreme cruelty. After the war, his reputation grew and he became symbolic of courageous dignity. On October 17, 1971, Kolbe was beatified by Pope Paul VI, the first Nazi victim to be proclaimed blessed by the Roman Catholic Church. In 1982, Pope John Paul II canonized him. After his canonization in 1982, Pope said, "Maximilian did not die, but just gave up his life, but he did that for his brother." The man for whom Kolbe offered his life survived Auschwitz and attended both beatification and canonization ceremonies. This man later died in 1995 at an age of 93, 53 years after having his life saved by Kolbe. Now, let's look at the box. Let's see what we have in the mystery box for Kolbe. We have a beautiful icon image of Mother Mary, for he was a sheer devotee of the Virgin Mary. Now let's look at the questions we have for Kolbe. The first question is, in his vision of the Virgin Mary, what color were the crowns she offered Kolbe? Second question is, in which year was Kolbe ordained a priest? Third question is, in which year did Kolbe started his own radio station? Fourth question, how many prisoners, including Kolbe, were starved for weeks? And the last question, which pope canonized Kolbe in 1982?
We hope all of you are enjoying this show, and in the next episodes we will bring you another saint of the Catholic Church. Till then, goodbye. May God bless you all.